In the town of Hamelin, where the river runs wide, where the bells greet the morning and the traders arrive, through the square and the market, through the gate and the lane, every street tells a story, every doorway a name.
There are bakers at sunrise, there are carts on the stone, there are voices that carry through the streets we have known. There are children at play, there are merchants who call, there is laughter that echoes from the tower to the wall. This is Hamelin, strong and fair, busy voices everywhere. This is Hamelin, proud and bright, golden morning filled with light.
Every window stands open, every lantern burns clear, every neighbor knows another, every traveler is near.
Yet the whisper of something moves beneath what we see, like a shadow still waiting just beyond what can be. This is Hamelin, safe and strong, nothing here could ever go wrong. This is Hamelin, bright and grand, peace and order fill the land.
Long ago, in the north of Germany, there stood a prosperous town beside the river Weser. It was called Hamelin. Its streets were busy with merchants and craftsmen, its markets full, and its people proud of the order and comfort they had built within its walls. Travellers passing through the town spoke of its fine houses, its busy square, and the sound of church bells carrying across the valley each morning. For many years, life in Hamelin passed in peace, until one summer, when something began to change.
There's a scratching in the pantry, there's a scurry on the floor, there's a shadow near the doorway, there are dozens more and more. In the cellar, in the stable, in the market, in the square, something moving through the alley, something creeping everywhere. Through the grain and through the baskets, through the barrels in the store, every sack is torn and scattered, every cupboard holds them more. Hear them running through the rafters, hear them scratching through the beams, even daylight cannot drive them from the corners of our dreams. Rats in the streets, rats in the hall, rats in the baker's shop and all, rats in the walls, rats in the square, rats in the cupboards everywhere. Children cry and traders stumble, lanterns fall along the lane, every doorway hides another, every step reveals the same. Call the council, call the mayor, call whoever hears our plea, for the town that stood so proudly cannot live with such as these. Rats in the streets, rats in the grain, rats in the sunshine, rats in the rain, rats in the night, rats in the day, drive them out and send them away.
As the days passed, the number of rats in Hamelin continued to grow. They filled the streets, the houses, and even the storehouses of grain. The townspeople demanded action. Merchants could no longer protect their goods. Families could no longer sleep in peace. At last, the mayor called the council together. A reward was promised to anyone who could rid the town of its trouble, yet no solution could be found. And it was at that very moment, when hope seemed to be fading, that a stranger appeared at the gates of Hamelin.
From the road beyond the river, from the gate beneath the wall, came a stranger none remembered, answering no name at all. Through the square he walked in silence, through the crowd he passed unseen, yet the music at his shoulder seemed to follow where he'd been. I have heard your town is troubled. I have heard your people cry. I have heard the sound of movement where the grain and storehouses lie. If you wish your streets restored now, if you wish your rest returned, name the price that you will offer for the task you have not learned. Who is this who walks among us? Who is this who speaks so plain? Who would promise such a rescue where so many tried in vain? Yet his voice holds quiet certainty, yet his gaze does not depart from the promise he is asking, from the bargain he would start. The mayor, remove the vermin, drive them from our town this day, and the gold that you have asked for shall be given without delay. Still the stranger only answered with a calm and steady tone, I will play the tune required, and your streets will stand alone. From the road beyond the river, from the gates beneath the wall, came the one who brought the answer, none expected there at all. And the bargain now was spoken, and the promise now was made, though no one guessed how dearly that agreement would be paid.
And so the bargain was agreed before the council and the people of Hamelin. The mayor gave his word that a reward of gold would be paid. The stranger listened in silence and then raised his pipe. He did not speak again. Instead, he stepped into the center of the square and began to play. At first the sound was soft, almost unnoticed among the noise of the market, but slowly, something in the streets began to change, for from every doorway, every cellar, and every shadowed corner of the town, the rats of Hamelin were coming.
Hear the sound that travels lightly through the doorway, through the stair, through the cellar, through the rafters, through the corners everywhere. Follow where the tune is calling, leave the shadow, leave the wall, for the road beyond the river waits to carry one and all. From the alley, from the stable, from the mill and from the store, every street and every doorway spills them out in hundreds more. Follow the music, follow the sound, follow the piper out of the town. Follow the music, step after step, leave every shadow, leave every depth. Follow the music, leave every depth. No more hiding in the grain sacks, no more whispering in the night. Every path now leads to water, every road now leads to light. Through the market, past the gateway, past the bridge beside the wall, still the music draws them onward, still they follow one and all. Follow the music, follow the tone, leave every cellar, leave every stone. Follow the music out of the street, out to the river. Out they retreat.
When the last of the rats had vanished into the river, the people of Hamelin rejoiced. Their streets were quiet once more, their stores of grain were safe, and the town believed its troubles had ended. The stranger returned to the council chamber and asked only for the reward that had been promised. But the mayor and his councillors began to whisper among themselves. The danger had passed, the rats were gone, and the gold, they decided, was too much to give to a wandering musician. So the promise was withdrawn, and the piper left the chamber without another word.
Once I played beside your river, once I walked within your square, once I answered when you called me, once I brought you freedom there.
Now I walk your streets again, now I stand where I once stood,
And the tune you would not honor still remembers what it could.
hear it drifting through the morning, hear it floating through the air, through the doorway, through the window, through the market, through the stair.
Not for silver, not for payment, not for praise that fades away, but for something still unpaid, I have come again to play.
Follow the music, follow the sound,
Follow the piper,
through the town. Follow the music,
soft and clear,
follow the piper.
do not fear. Those who listened once before me will remember where to go. Every step the tune is guiding, every path the children know.
Follow the music,
Through the streets,
follow the piper.
light of feet,
Follow the music,
far away,
follow the piper.
come and
As the piper walked through the streets of Hamelin, the children began to follow him. At first, there were only a few. Then more came running from the houses, the alleys, and the market square. They followed the sound of the pipe without hesitation, laughing and calling to one another as they went. Soon the procession passed beyond the gates of the town. Only then did the people of Hamelin begin to understand what was happening. By the time the alarm was raised, the piper and the children were already far along the road that led toward the mountain. people of Hamelin reached the mountainside, the piper and the children were gone. No path remained, no doorway could be found, and no sound of the pipe could be heard again. The streets of the town fell silent. Where laughter had once filled the square, there was only emptiness, too late. The mayor and his councillors understood the price of their broken promise, and from that day onward, the story of the piper of Hamelin was never forgotten.
Once I walked your quiet river, once I played within your square, once I answered when you called me, once I found you waiting there. But the promise freely spoken was a promise left undone, and the tune you would not honor still remembers everyone.
Now the streets are filled with silence, now the bells no longer ring. For the voices that once answered do not answer anything.
Where the laughter once surrounded every doorway, every lane,
Only memory remains now, only echoes still remain. Hear the warning, hear the song,
promises remembered long.
hear the warning, soft but clear.
Truth is always waiting near. Gold may fade and walls may crumble, pride may vanish into dust, but a word once freely given is a bond of lasting trust.
Let the story travel onward, let the lesson still be known.
Those who break the vows they promise stand at last to stand alone.
Hear the warning through the years,
Carried far beyond your fears.
hear the warning ever true.
Keep the word that's given you.
We hope you enjoyed this musical retelling of the Pied Piper of Hamelin. For generations, this legend has reminded us that promises carry weight, and that even the smallest word once given should never be forgotten. If you enjoyed this adaptation, please consider liking the video, sharing it with others, and subscribing to the channel for more musical journeys through classic stories and timeless legends. More adaptations are on the way, and until the next story begins, thank you for listening.